Escape to an island off the coast of Ireland. This Love Ireland newsletter has me thinking about that.
An island.
Yeah, it seems Whiddy Island is a real place,
Oh.
and it sounds pretty incredible.
I know Whiddy Island. It's being called like a hidden gem
Oh,
full of history and wildlife. The newsletter even gives you tips for getting there and like what to see when you're there.
oh, cool. They've also got like a spotlight on Joyce Russell.
Mm-hmm.
She's one of the moderators for their Facebook group. Can you imagine managing 1.2 million members?
Wow. What's really interesting is that she's a CPS investigator from Oklahoma.
Really?
You know, a world away from Ireland. It's cool that these online communities are made by people with all sorts of different backgrounds.
Yeah, that's a good point. And speaking of real people, there's a recommendation for private tours of Cork,
Okay.
led by this guy, Derek O'Keefe. 5-star rating, great reviews. It sounds like he offers something really special.
You know, that makes me think of this trend we're seeing in travel. It's this desire for personalized, curated experiences. People don't just want to see the landmarks.
Right.
They want to really get to know a place on their own terms.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, moving on. There's this new travel quizzer game.
Oh, fun.
Here's the sample question they gave. Which Irish county is home to the Cliffs of Moher? You know that one, right?
I do, but I think we should let the listener try to figure it out.
Okay, good idea. No spoilers. Switching gears a bit, there's a news tidbit about Americans needing permission to visit Northern Ireland now. Definitely something to remember if you're planning a trip.
It makes you think about how travel rules are always changing.
Yeah.
Makes you wonder what impact those changes will have on tourism, you know, for Ireland and like all over the world.
Yeah, it's constantly evolving.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to food. The newsletter has this Irish food you will love section.
Oh, nice.
This week, it's an Irish stew recipe.
You know, food is such a great way to experience a culture. I can practically smell that stew simmering on the stove. All those traditional flavors.
Yeah. I'm getting hungry just thinking about it. You know what would go great with a hearty stew?
What's that?
Their premium newsletter.
Ah, clever. Seriously, though, they do offer a premium version with more in-depth looks at destinations, suggested itineraries, and even special deals.
And it's less than the cost of a pint at that famous Temple Bar in Dublin.
Really?
You could get access to all their travel secrets.
It really shows the value of a premium subscription.
Right.
It's not just more stuff. It's about curated information and things you won't find anywhere else. Information overload is a real problem.
Yeah, for sure.
But this newsletter seems to get it. They know it's important.
I do. And they have a whole section for hidden gems, which fits with our Whiddy Island conversation.
Yeah, it does.
It seems like this month, they're encouraging readers to go beyond the usual tourist spots and explore the less well-known parts of Ireland. I'm interested.
Me too.
They've got a feature called Discover Donegal, Coastlines, Castles, and Hidden Wonders. Donegal's been on my list, but what's different about this from a typical travel guide?
Well, they don't just list the typical attractions.
Yeah.
They highlight the things that make Donegal unique.
Oh, cool.
Like its dramatic coastlines, historic castles, and those special places that offer a real Irish experience.
So they're going deeper.
Yeah.
Oh, and look at this. At the Bar, Ireland's best-kept secret. Catchy, right?
Definitely.
They mention an amazing singer in a small bar in Wexford.
Okay.
It makes you think about those unplanned moments you find when you're exploring. Those unexpected things are often what make a trip memorable.
I totally agree.
This is making me want to book a flight. Remember that funny photo online of the snowman having a pint in Tipperary?
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Where was that from?
The around the web section of this newsletter.
Right.
It's like a fun reminder that even when it's cold, the Irish spirit is still there.
You got it. It's that mix of humor, warmth, and love for their country that makes this newsletter so great. And they included an article about the 10 most beautiful places to visit in Ireland.
Okay.
It's interesting that they acknowledge those popular places, but still encourage you to see more than just those.
Yeah.
It's a good balance.
I agree. They also have a piece about County Wicklow, Ireland's garden. It's cool how they show all the different landscapes of Ireland.
Yeah.
From the busy cities to the peaceful gardens. Like they're giving us a full picture, you know? Something for everyone.
Exactly. All those different experiences are what make a place like Ireland so fascinating. There's something for everyone. They even have a section called Experiences Likely to Sell Out in 2025.
Oh, wow.
Giving you tips on what to book early. Smart.
Very smart. It makes it seem urgent.
Yeah.
Especially for people who want to get those popular experiences. Then in their From Social Media section, they ask, why is Kinsale famous? and they tell you to go to their YouTube channel. That's a smart way to keep people engaged on different platforms.
It is. They're creating a whole experience, not just giving information, but building a community of people who love Ireland.
And they do it well. What I like is how they combine so many things.
Yeah.
It's not just travel info, it's stories,
Mm-hmm.
things about the community, even humor.
Yeah.
It's like a well-made magazine,
Yeah.
just for people who are fascinated by Ireland.
And they cater to different levels of interest, too, for
Right.
people who want even more. They have that premium newsletter we talked about.
That's right. And remember, it's less than a pint at Temple Bar, and you can access all their past deep dives, itineraries, and special deals. Imagine having access to a whole library of similar explorations.
It would be amazing. But we should probably move on to the next section.
Okay, you're talking about the crack, right?
Yeah.
A classic Irish term for good times and fun conversation.
Exactly.
What do they have for us this week?
This week, they're highlighting Dublin, calling it Dublin's Fair City.
I've been lucky enough to visit Dublin, and it really does have a special charm.
It's a good way to end the newsletter, reminding us that even with all the hidden gems and off-the-beaten-path adventures, the heart of Ireland is in its cities.
It brings us back to how we felt when we started talking about Whiddy Island. This newsletter has taken us on a journey through all the different things Ireland has to offer.
Yes.
From quiet islands to busy cities, from traditional food to hidden musical talents.
It's a celebration of Irish culture.
And they even give some practical tips for travelers. This time, they recommend packing a power adapter for Ireland.
Really?
Talk about attention to detail.
It's that dedication to providing a good experience that makes this newsletter stand out. They really want their readers to have a great time exploring Ireland.
They do. So, as we finish talking about this Love Ireland newsletter,
Yeah.
what's the most important thing for our listener to remember?
I think the biggest takeaway is to seek out those authentic experiences, the hidden gems that make a trip special. Whether it's a remote island like Whiddy Island or a small pub with a talented local musician, Ireland is full of treasures waiting to be discovered.
I couldn't agree more. And things like this newsletter make it easier to find them.
For sure.
So, to our listener, we encourage you to be adventurous and explore the world with curiosity and an open mind.
And who knows, maybe you'll even find your own Whiddy Island.
Mm-hmm.
But to get started, why not subscribe to Love Ireland? Let them be your guide.
Good idea.
They'll give you the inspiration and information you need to plan your own amazing Irish adventure. It really makes you think about what's important, you know?
Wow.
With so much information out there, it's not just about how much you have, but about the quality and how it's presented.